Hi, it's Brad from Backcountry Skiing Canada.com. Today we're going to talk about the Tyrolia Adrenalin binding. It's an Alpine Touring Binding. It's made by Tyrolia. Tyrolia has about 80 years in the binding manufacturing market, so they know a thing or two about bindings. They're owned by the HTM Group, which also owns Head Skis. So it's a good combination, and obviously these guys know what they're doing. This is a freeride Alpine Touring Binding, so it's fairly heavy. It's in the same range as the Markers, the Marker Dukes, and also the Salomon Guardian bindings. This binding comes in at 2.62 kilos, so it's approximately about 160 grams lighter than the Marker Duke and 340 grams lighter than the Salomon Guardian. And that's because it's not all metal. They've got some plastic in there as well to keep things light. And the metal that's used is a Titanal alloy, so it's a very light metal. A couple of big things about this binding that I like is it's 80 mil wide in the hinge point, so it drives a big ski like this Skevik Anton ski. It's a fat ski, so you need a binding that's heavy like this, beefy, and can drive it. And then you just flip the heel up and you can go for a tour after you ski the hill. You can punish this thing and it'll just take a beating, which is nice. The other thing is that the heel piece is floating. It's not locked down, so on other AT bindings your distance here is fixed. When you put your boot in, this heel piece will float back and forth, so there's no dead spot in the ski. So the ski can have its natural flex, which is what you want on a ski. So that's a big point. The other thing is that this will take Alpine boots and Alpine touring boots, because there's also a sliding toe piece here as well to allow for releasability, and rollers built in, and you can adjust the height, so that allows for many different boots to go in there, whereas some other AT bindings don't do that. So this is a nice feature as well. To release things, you just put your pole in the back here and lever up. All the mechanics are behind the binding, so you don't have to take the ski off to switch over, which is really nice. As soon as I flip the lever, it opens up. You can see the track in here. It's full metal. It's got 3 points on each side that make contact underneath on the base plate. And then you've got your risers of 0 degrees, 7 degrees, and 13 degrees. So 3 different settings, which is really nice as well. One problem we did find with the design here is to keep things light. This is plastic, so to keep it rigid underneath there's a honeycomb structure for the structural integrity, and that does collect snow on wetter days, so it is a bit of a problem to get your binding back down when you want to lock it in, so you have to pick all the snow out of here, which isn't a great feature. Hopefully they can replace that maybe with metal stays in there, and that'll take care of that problem right away. Lock back down, we push things down and we're secure again. If you want a lighter version of this, the Tyrolia Ambition 12 comes in quite a bit lighter because it's mostly plastic. It's more in the range of the Fritchie Dymar Freeride Pro bindings that you can buy. This binding itself, the Tyrolia Adrenalin, is the Tyrolia Adrenalin 16. It comes in at 2.6 kilos, has a din of 5 to 16, hence the name, and it comes in a short and a long version. And you can purchase this for $550 US, and it has a stand height of 36 millimeters, which is very respectable. And it's a great binding for skiing the hill like here at Whitewater today, and then going off for a side country lap in the afternoon once the hill gets skied up. It'll take all the abuse you want, and it's good burly binding, and it really feels like you're snug on the skis. So big fan of it. And if you want more information on this, read the full review at backcountryskiingcanada.com, and there's also more trip reports and other things on there about backcountry skiing, so have a read. Thanks.